Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Friday, March 21st at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live. It is week 12 of 2025, and in my neck of the woods, it is currently 49 degrees with a high of 56 and a low of 26. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my broadcast. I am here for the next 3 hours for coloring, companionship, chat, friendship, giggles and laughs, pretty pictures, and the what, the how, and the why of adult coloring. In other words, I show you what I'm doing, I demonstrate how to do it, and then I explain the why behind it. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who pop in and chat with me. That is always delightful. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who watch this broadcast after the fact. And welcome to my Facebook peeps who see this broadcast when I download it into my group, Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. Good idea to be a member there. That's where you get your buddy colors, which is what this is. So do yourself a favor and be a member. All right. So our first project is our little gnome here, St. Patrick's Day Gnomes Jubilee. This is one of my books. This is why I'm able to give it to you guys for free. You got this image and you got two more. So this is the one we're working on. Lots of fun to go with it. And he's such a cute little guy. The second coloring project I'm working on is Disney Celebrations coloring book. And we are doing Moana. Great little piece, great book. We're having a lot of fun with it. Okay, so let me set that aside. Let me get my little paper towel. So, how's everybody doing today? I have several questions. First of all, please be sure, did you hit that like button if you anticipate that you're going to like the broadcast? Also, do we have any birthdays or anniversaries today? And how was your day today? Win, lose, or draw? I have to go back through comments because you guys are already starting to answer that question. And by the way, Carmen was the first in the room. Hello, Carmen. Hello, Carly. Mamie. Hi, Mamie. Miss Jonah, hello. Let's see who else is in here. Thomas, hello. Miss Grace, amazing grace. Thomas says his day was a draw, didn't do much. Sold furniture that you had when you were a kid. Ah. Hello, Living. Good to see you. Welcome back. Tammy Draw. Carmen, Luz, hubby is off at a sleep study, so I know I won't sleep well tonight. But the good news is they'll find out if he's had any problem. Janie got her license updated. When? Carly says, "Win! I got a win today. I got to play with my family at disc golf." All right, cool. Sounds like everybody's basically doing well. Okay, now last night I was putting up the shamrocks on here, and we had a really nice discussion about why some are orange and some are green. Oh, Carmen says, "But when? Because I can watch class on the big TV." Oh. So you're watching it on the big TV because hubby's not there, right? All right, you'll just have to kick him out more often. All right. So I'm going to move down to the barrel. I want to start getting the things around here, around the gnome, colored in. Let's see what we got here. The gnome is as big as you are. All right. Hi, Janie. All right. So pull yourself 3 browns. You want a dark, a medium, and a light. Your mom's boyfriend is letting you try out his headphones to see if you like them. Cool. Grace, your daughter's boyfriend has a 76-inch TV. Oh. Oh, let's see what we got here. So, Mamie, I'm still a little confused. What exactly? Hi, Sarah. What exactly was the issue with not being able to post links correctly? Sarah. Que Sarah. Oh, you have a 65-inch in the bedroom and the living room. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera. You guys joining me in that song? Que sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. All right, still experimenting here. Que sera. Maybe you said, I'm not sure. I was watching on the big iPad and copy links on the smaller one and paste on the big one. Oh, somehow it got stuck on one link posting on the big one. So now you're doing the links on one iPad or device and watching on another, right? On the chicks, gold, yellow, and white. So Mamie, so now I have figured out that you can copy and paste on the smaller one and it works watching on both. Okay, after all that, I need a new scratch pad. Or scratch paper, I should say. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. Alrighty. Angry bear, angry bear. Yeah, it's a good song. It really is. You guys got your light, medium, and dark browns yet? Oh, playing around here. Okay, I got it. I got it. Sarah, the best thing you can do is go to Google and look at baby chicks. Remember, guys, if you're stuck on colors, that's the way to go. Okay. Dark brown. Medium brown. And light brown. So I'm going to start out with my dark brown. Well, Mamie, I am just glad and relieved that you figured out the problem. Murphy, a male bald eagle, 33, died in a St. Louis facility after severe storms a few days ago. Grace, what new book did you get? So, Mamie, you had to keep playing around with the iPads till you finally got something to work. It was really difficult without you, I'll tell you. Okay. Yeah, I remember vaguely that an eagle had died because of the storms. Okay, so I'm going to work on my darkest brown. And I'm going to work on the gaps. And you can already see that this is looking pretty cool. And this is where it's going to be really important to turn your pencil. And to keep it sharp. All right. Now we need to get right underneath the lip here. Okay, Stephanie. Sarah, you don't have to worry about the reference picture not looking exactly like your chick. You're just looking for colors, not necessarily shape. Okay. Now, check out our streaks. And notice how we're jogging that brown across the face of the plank. Well, Mamie, I'm just so proud of you for figuring it out. And now we're going to go down to the very bottom. And we'll work our way underneath that band. Mamie, I think that we were both in a mild panic that you couldn't help the group. Okay, now we're going to work around this little emblem here. And we're going to put in our darkest brown because that's where our shadow is. Well, Mamie, this group, as you have found out, is really good for helping each other. Judith Moy. Hello, Judith. Welcome. Now, check out how we're shading around our emblem here. Judith, what brings you to the group? We are an awesome group. Stephanie, Mamie had a comment for you. Scroll up. Stephanie, you asked, maybe did some of my suggestions work? Then you said BRB, and then she answered you. You know, maybe I should do a book on bald eagles, except that there aren't very many colors to them. I need to think about that. Okay. Judith, you got some new coloring books. Cool. All right, now I'm going to bring in my medium. That's always exciting when eaglets are born. Now, notice how I'm bringing the medium color over the dark, because why? We need to, whoops, what's the B word? Blend. Okay. Now, I'll be going back in a little bit and making those lines a little softer. Okay, Jonah. Say hi to your sister for us. Okay, here's our medium. Thomas, it was just general conversation. That you know that we have that in the group. Nothing wrong with talking about bald eagles. Okay, now I'm going to go back with my dark. Judith, are you familiar with grayscale coloring? And what brings you to the group? Okay, guys, medium color. Could somebody please tell Thomas about the bald eagle that we were talking about? There was a bald eagle killed in one of the recent storms. And of course, that's a big loss. Okay, medium. Blending, 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 rawhide. Who's coloring with me tonight? Okay, medium color down here at the bottom, below the band. And if you're not coloring the project with me, what are you coloring? Me. Oh, Grace, coloring and celebrating St. Patrick's Day Jubilee. Neat little book, isn't it? Okay, now check how we are using our medium to color over our dark at the very bottom. Coloring a sweet little lass. Oh, Judith, you just subscribed to my channel and the live popped up. Cool. Judith, do you adult color? All right, check how cool now. You do a lot of coloring with pencils, okay. Thomas is coloring in Disney Celebrations. Okay, now check out our medium, how it's more on the edges of our barrel. Judith, you love to color a lot more than you do diamond painting. Ah. All right. Now, notice how your darker color around the outside is starting to make this barrel look rounded, because when we put our lighter colors in, it's going to bring that forward. Now, this is where you can use your coloring mojo and make a couple of extra lines yourself for the wood. Notice how I angled that. Oh, Judith, you don't have Johanna Bosford's new book, Magical Worlds. Ah. Okay. I give out lots of free pictures. Well, thank you, Judith. Judith, do you have a printer? Okay, now we're going to come in with our lightest brown. And this is where our barrel now is really going to start looking cool. Oh, Judith, you have grayscale books. Okay. Judith, do you have a printer? And maybe just put the link for this image. So if you have a printer, you can print it out in color with us. Oh, you don't know how to color grayscale. You want to learn. Oh, you've come to the right place. Judith, in a nutshell, what you do is you pick a color. For example, let's say we're going to do this sleeve blue. And as you can see, the gray is very dark, there's medium gray, and then there's light patches on here. So what you would do is that you would pick a dark blue, a medium blue, and a light blue and color the related areas. Now, that is a very simplistic explanation of it. So right now on this barrel, I chose a light brown, a medium brown, and a dark brown, and now I am coloring in the related spots and blending what we've got. Janie says grayscale can be addictive. Yes, it can. And look how pretty this barrel is starting to look. All right, now let's come in with, we got a little bit of medium here. What do I always tell you? Sweat the details. And don't pile drive your pencils. Okay. And as I've told you before, once you put colored pencil down, it stays on the page. That's why we can put a medium color on here for these cracks and then go right over it with, for example, your light pencil. And the number one skill to learn in adult coloring is what? Blending. Blending, 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 rawhide. Yeah, by the way, Mamie, when I suggested that you try using your other YouTube account, I'd completely forgotten about all the problems you had with it. But it is resolved. So we are good to go. Well, Judith, I'm here nightly. 365 days of the year, including, drum roll, including holidays. I don't have a computer either. I use iPad and iPhone. Okay, now check out how cool this is looking at the bottom of the barrel. And I want you to see all the pattern now that we have in the wood, because we're taking our lightest color and going over the top. That's right, Mamie. I wanted you muted so I could smack talk you again. Okay. Now, does everybody see how our light pencil is softening up our previous lines on this wood? Yeah, when Mamie was new to the group, I was teasing her because she couldn't comment. And she said she was drinking coffee one day, and I made the comment during my broadcast that I said, "Hey, cool, now we can smack talk Mamie and she can't answer." She said she spit out her coffee. All right, let's go to the far right. Look how cool that barrel is looking, guys. Check it out. Everybody see the texture in the wood from having the medium color on there and then going over it with the light? Isn't that beautiful? Okay. Now, let's get this little edge here on the left-hand side. And then I'm going to come in with yellow. And I'm going to put a little bit of yellow on top of our brown wood where the color is lighter. Check it out. You don't need excuse me. You don't need a computer to print the images. You can do it through your iPhone or your iPad. In other words, through your smart device. Everybody see how that yellow now is making that barrel, especially around the lighter portions, look really cool. Now let's get a little bit of that yellow in the upper portion here of this barrel. And look how rich that wood looks. Now, for anybody coming in late to watch this, maybe you just printed the start date for this image, which was the 19th. Okay. Now, I want to have a steel band look. So we need to get a light, medium, and dark gray. And remember, we can color gray on gray. It makes the page look richer. All right. Here's our Payne's Gray, which is our dark. Here's a medium gray. And a light gray. All right, let's sharpen some points and get these bands done. Okay, let's start on these bands. Now, remember, your darkest point are what? The furthest away. And it makes it look like that the object is receding from you. Now, having said that, I'm going to leave this light area here on the very outside my light gray, and that's because as that corner or edge is rounded, it gets lighter. So you could use an ivory or a white. Now, we also want to take our Payne's Gray and we want to color right next to these coins. But don't color that line that's going between them, because this is what's going to give you your depths. All right. Now, you want to be careful coloring between these last three coins, because we have one here, and one here, and we've got a little small spot where they gap. Okay, let's go back to the edge. Here's our darkest color. And then I'm going to go to the other side. And I'm going to color in that dark edge. Now, Sarah, go ahead and tell her about the printer. You're talking about HP? Okay, Judith, you don't have email, so you don't have Facebook. I'm not sure how we can get these images to you then. As Mamie mentioned, the best thing for you to do is to watch how I color. Okay, there's our dark. Now again, don't color over your little nails. Here's our medium. Let's go back to the right-hand side. Now, remember, you want your ragged edge. You don't want that straight up and down when you're ending a color. And then I'm going to come in with my lightest gray. Isn't that cool looking? Now, I want you to look at the difference between this band and this band that we haven't colored. This top one looks a lot richer. That's why we color gray on gray. And I'm going to come in with a little bit of white. Check it out. Finger blend. Okay, next band. There's our dark, which is our Payne's Gray. Again, try not to color in your little nail heads there. All right, there's your dark. Here's our medium. Let's get our medium on the other side. And then we have our light. Thomas, what model printer do you have? Back to my medium for my blending. And then a little bit of our white. And then I'm going to take the white and we'll pop it along that top edge. Little bit of a finger blend. All right. Well, Judith, what I would recommend is that you just keep watching the broadcast to learn the techniques, and that will help you learn how to color a cat. Okay, bottom band. Thomas, what model printer do you have? Okay, there's our dark. Let's go over to the other side and get that rolling. I have finished images on Instagram. Oh, Stephanie, you've got a 7-year plus old Canon. Cool. All right, there's our medium. Again, don't forget, turn your pencil when you lift. And then we have our lightest gray. And boy, how cool this is looking. All right, now let's pop a little bit of that lighter white right here. Very, very lightly, guys, just skim over the top. We'll finger blend that. Okay, and then we're going to take our white and we'll very carefully, even though I know my point's going to break, put a little bit of that white at the top of the barrel strap. Okay. Judith, what are you using to watch the broadcast tonight? Okay, bottom strap, dark color. And Judith, didn't you say that you had a YouTube account? Okay, now we're going to have a little bit of that strap on the right-hand side. Let's see. So we're going to pop in a single black line here. Then we'll go with our medium. So you have a YouTube channel on your flip phone. What brand is your flip phone? Okay, guys, let's check this out. How's that barrel looking to you? And I'm going to put just a little bit of white at the bottom here. Thomas, what kind of printer do you have? Okay, Thomas, most printers, especially if you're using an HP, they don't have individual cartridges. The cyan, magenta, and yellow are an all-in-one cartridge. Okay, we have an area here where our little gnome is sitting on a bench. Sarah, you have the separate cartridges? Okay. Here's our dark gray on the box that he's sitting on. Thomas, is your printer a Hewlett-Packard? So that's our darkest brown. Here's my medium brown. Hello, Miss Kitty. And then our lightest brown. Check it out. Look how cool that looks. And then I'm going to go back. Oh, Carmen, your HP all-in-one plan is all individual cartridges. Ooh, cool. Thomas, what brand is your printer? Okay, now I'm going to put my dark brown right next to this pouch because we have that shadow. Yeah, Sarah, he said he didn't know the model, but I'm just asking about the brand, not the model. So, since he knows it needs a yellow cartridge, that at least gives us a hint as to what the model is. Okay. Now, lightest color in the center. And then we're going to sneak in a little bit of that yellow and get that wood glow. Judith, I hope everything turns out well for you. Oh, Stephanie, you got a picture to her? All right, let's take a look at this. I want you to see how rich this entire picture is starting to look. Kitty, what does Judith have on her channel? Judith, what is your channel all about? Ah. Okay, Thomas. Now I'm going to take yellow. And I'm going to start to lighten the coins with just the yellow. That's going to be my base color. Check how cool those coins are looking. Oh, Judith got it. Yay! Thank you, Stephanie. Oop, hold on. Hello, Kathy. Kathy, that means that Melinda should be popping in very shortly. Now, I'm just putting in my base color of my yellow. It's a rich looking yellow. It's almost a little orangey. It's called Deep Cadmium, and it happens to be a color soft pencil. Oh, I know you and Melinda should play the lotto. I agree. Okay, let's pop over to these coins here. Again, this is my base color on my coins, which means what? I'm going to come back with a couple of darker shades, or at least one other shade, and we'll get our detail in there. Grayscale is not a one and done color on an area. All right. Who's coloring these coins with me? All right, Tam Tam, you are. Janie. Again, guys, just base color. I haven't detailed them yet. I don't know about you, but I'm thinking these are looking pretty cool. Okay. Now, let's get the rest of these coins up here. And we'll have the whole set. Be careful with these 3 coins because this area right here is actually the book. Okay. And our last one here. Okay, let me pull out. Now, your gold coins should be a different gold than what we put around the outside loop. But look how cool all that looks. Now, you got to be careful with yellow on grayscale because when you put yellow on grayscale, it tends to turn green. So just be aware of that. Any questions about what I've done so far on this? I think we're looking pretty cool. And you guys got a great lesson about our green and orange here. I haven't had chocolate coins in ages. Okay. We done good. Next project. Tam Tam, good night. I hope you enjoyed the coloring tonight. All right, Moana. So last night I was showing you how to do the pink clouds with gray in it. Now I'm going to come back with a slightly darker pink. Now, the reason I'm coming in with a separate pink is because why? We like to have that extra dimension. Take your time. Build your colors. So we have 2 shades of pink and gray on here. All right. Isn't that beautiful? And again, don't forget to turn your pencil when you're coloring. And I'm sorry I drifted off camera there. Okay. Now, I'm going to use one more shade here. I'm going to come in with an aqua blue. And I'm going to add that aqua blue onto the blue that I already have there. Now, that accomplishes two things. It blends the blue that's there. And it adds the shade of aqua that I want. Maggie's dealing with a migraine, Thomas. Okay, let's move over here to this blue. And I'm going to put a little bit of that aqua or turquoise over my pink as well. Hey, Hobby Lobby still sells candy dots on strips. My Linda, so glad to see you. Hi, my Linda. We were just talking about you, that it was about time that you showed up. All right, let's pull out. Now, one more little touch to all of this. I think you guys should start calling me Columbo. What do I say? Just one more thing? Just one more thing. I'm going to add a little bit of orange. To our pink clouds. Now, don't put a lot. And what I want you to notice is when we add the orange to the gray and the two pinks, that really makes this look like sunset clouds. Oh, Columbo is fantastic. I really like it too. Guys, what do you think about the orange added to the clouds? Kathy, do you remember Kojak and the streets of San Francisco? Now, notice that I'm pretty much adding the orange to the bottoms of the clouds. But you can also add midway up, and that makes it look cool too. So I want you to remember that, guys. if you want a good sunset cloud, you want to add that orange. Okay. Let me pull out. Stephanie, good night. Hey, Stephanie, what are you going to do with your extra Apple Pen? Okay. Now, these two white areas up here in the mountains, I need to address those. I'm going to fill those in with my green that we used earlier. Thomas Columbo was a TV detective series. So I'm going to use my light and my medium. Now, I'm going to take my light green and I'm going to use it to blend over all the green that I put in here. And the reason that I'm doing that is because we want a very soft, kind of misty look. I don't think Stephanie heard me ask her about her Apple Pencil. Now, our tree branches here. Stephanie, did you hear me ask you about your Apple Pencil? What did you do about your new one? Oh, Kathy, that's hysterical. In the last book we read for book club, the main character loved the show Columbo. Just one more thing. Okay, so we're going to come down with our gray on this tree. And then we'll pop in a little bit of our dark green with that gray. Now we have another tree here. And two little ones over here. Let's get our green in there. I wouldn't say it's like Law and Order. It's a police show. It's about the police capturing bad guys. But that's basically the only similarities. Okay, guys. Your husband has never used one on his iPad. He probably won't, but now he has the option. Oh, I use my Apple Pencil all the time when I'm editing my coloring pages. Now, see how I'm making these trees and shrubbery look a little more mushy and blurred. That's the word I want. Mushy, mushy. Guys, check this out. Isn't that beautiful? And the more I blur that green, so Stephanie, he likes his, what? His poker and his golf, right? Columbo is not gritty. It's about a detective that uses his intelligence to solve cases. I wouldn't say it's comedic. I would say that it's just a different style. Guys, can you see how I'm blurring out this background? I'll tell you one show that I miss is the Freevee channel used to have a channel dedicated to Hogan's Heroes. And I would always watch that as background. Oh, is that pretty? That's right. I know. I see nothing. I know nothing. Okay. Now, if you look on the original, we've got some clouds or smoke, probably clouds. Oh, there you go, Stephanie. When you got your first iPad, one of the first apps was Sketchbook. He called it my first coloring book because you used it constantly. Cool. Everybody see how we have these clouds? I'm going to call them clouds. Oh, Stephanie, I was just saying out loud what you wrote in the group. Hi, Angie. All right. Everybody see these clouds here? So my question to you is, on our colored version, how would you add these clouds to this page? Guys, how would you add clouds to this side? Kathy, I love you to pieces. That's exactly how I'm going to do it. We've got too much pencil on here for me to add any more. And by the way, while I'm on this side, oh, George Foreman. Oh, I need to gray up this cloud a little more. Angie, you saw Bluebird today and it was amazing to see his colors. Listen, guys, there's a lot to be said for that about what Angie just mentioned. And I haven't talked about this in a long, long time. But when you are adult coloring, you will see that you'll start noticing colors more when you're out and about. Okay. And of course, with Angie having the surgery that she did, now she's really seeing what she was missing. Oh, by the way, Angie, are you still getting that romantic country book for the group? Hello, Patricia. Oh, no problem, Angie. Now I'm going to put a little white in the center of this cloud. Angie, you got other things you're dealing with, I understand. Okay, Back to Kathy's comment, we have so much color on this page that in order to add these clouds, there's the original, we have to erase out the original, erase out the original green color that we put in. Now, you might ask me why I just didn't leave that white in the first place. And the answer to that is because, first of all, it would have been very difficult to do that. And second of all, I can use my eraser to make the shape of the clouds. Now, it's going to look a little clunky when I first start, but trust me, we'll get there. Okay. And then I'm going to come in. I'll put in just a little bit of white. What other color am I going to add? Look at the original. Come on, guys, you can figure this out. What's the additional color that we need to add to make this look more misty and cloudy? I've got to add another little puff here. Gray. Janie and Kathy, stars to you. Blind coloring. Interesting. Okay. Now we're going to start bringing in our gray. And I'm going to color that in light circles. Now, if that doesn't look cool, I don't know what does. Okay, Kathy. Stephanie, that would be cool. So, Angie, you keep reaching for your glasses? You need to type that again. I don't quite understand. Be then up, I keep poking yourself? Is that what you were saying? Check out how cool this gray is looking on this erased area. And then we're going to come in with a Payne's gray, which is, of course, our darker gray. And we're going to add areas of that darker gray. To make that look more realistic. Guys, what do you think? And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to erase in a little more white. Okay, Kathy, thank you. Kathy, the last step you missed here is going back and erasing in a little more white. And we'll finger blend that to soften it up. You're welcome, Kathy. All right, let me pull out. And I'm just going to finger blend that just a little bit. So what do you guys think? I try to think, but nothing happens. I'm thinking that looks pretty cool. So Stephanie says there are about 20 for blind or low vision on Amazon right now. She said we volunteer at numerous blind golf tournaments. Our friend was international champ three to four times. Outstanding. So what do you guys think? And Kathy, I need to show you our earlier project. We colored the barrel, the seat, and started working on the coins. Okay, Thomas, good night. I'm on for another 8 minutes. Okay. Now, let's get our little flag up here at the top. It's not flag, actually. It's leaves. Well, it's a flag of leaves. Now, I'm going to start with an orange on this. Paul, hi. Paul, let me show you what we colored earlier. I don't know if you saw this. Okay. Yeah, he's turning out pretty well. Maybe we just need to call him Gnome Guy. Or we could call him Paul. Or we could call him Polly. Okay, let's start out with our orange. Are we thinking Polly? I think that would be a great name to call him. You guys just need to remind me. Anybody else agree with that? Do we call him Polly? All right, the yeses are rolling in. Paul, you're going to be famous. Okay, now we need to come in with a little bit of red. On top of our orange. So Kathy says yes. Mamie says yes. Who else? Paul says yes. And then I'm going to come in with my black, and we're going to spot black that center. Don't put too much on there. Paul, you better watch out. You keep hanging around here, you're going to learn adult coloring by osmosis. Okay, let me pull out. I am basically done with the top of this. Paul, are you working tonight? You're in kind of late tonight. Do you have tonight off? All right, guys, here we go. Side by side. I thought you were off tonight. Otherwise, you would have been coming in earlier telling us you were getting dressed for work. Okay, guys, we got 2 projects worked on. We have our gnome. This is from St. Patrick's Day Gnomes Jubilee. And then we have our side-by-side with our Disney collections by Thomas Kincaid. Notice how I blurred the trees? We got our sky in there the way we wanted it. And now I'm going to be working on the second half. Okay, guys, this is ILene Vick for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick, guys. Joyous, joyous coloring. Love on each other. That's what our group's known for. I'll see you tomorrow night, same time, same place. I had a lot of fun tonight. I think we done good. And we got to see Paul. Yay! And we made some clouds. Okay, let's see what I can zoom in on here. I hope you had fun. I sure did. All right, guys, take care. See you tomorrow night. Love you guys. And watch for postings in the group, of course. Let's get a little more of that gold in there. There we go. Huh? All right, guys. Bye.